What is up, you guys? Matt McKeever here, and so in today's video I got a special treat. I went back into the archives, dusted off some more footage of Dan DeVoe, and so this is actually just a couple different clips, kind of all tied together of just a lot of life advice from Dan. And honestly, Dan's one of the guys I love to get life advice from, so I highly recommend you check out this video. Dan shared some perspectives on his approach to investing, kind of what direction he plans to go with investing in his own personal future, as well as talks to us about the idea of paying for a coach. And if you're brand new to real estate investing, should you be paying that $40,000 or $50,000 for a real estate coach? It's just awesome to get Dan's perspective. I know he's actually spent a lot of time with a bunch of different coaches, so it's really cool to get his perspective on the subject matter. So anyways, I know you guys are going to enjoy this video, so smash that like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to my channel, and remember, guys like Dan are going to be at OREC, and that's what OREC's all about. It's about building your network so that you can build your net worth. It's not a one or the other. It's not binary, guys. You need to be focused on building your network so you can build up your net worth. And that's the great thing about events like OREC, is it's all about the connections you make. It's not going to be about the seminars or the lectures you hear or the guru you hear speak to you. Yeah, it's about those one-on-ones. That's so powerful and so important in order to, if you really want to take yourself to the next level, upgrade the people around you. Anyways, enough of me babbling on. Let's jump into Dan and Dan's advice.
See landlord videos, right? People want to see the sexy stuff, like, yeah, I made $1 million. You have to have several strategies nowadays. In the old days, you could just go buy a little building and you know, pick away at it and get the mortgage paid down, and you know, you subsidize your income from doing that. You know, yeah, you're a guy that worked, you know, you had a farm or something like that, and you'd go buy, you know, you'd go buy a few houses, and once those houses got paid off after 20 years, you know, you could, you know, you have $200,000 or $300,000. Well, nowadays I think you have to have several strategies. One of the strategies I like doing is buy, fix, sell, and you know, basically flipping houses. For me, I'm very fortunate because I spent 20 years in contracting, so I know all that stuff. Believe it or not, actually that can hurt you, because for one, you overfix because you want everything to be perfect, right? And flipping houses, now you do want to do everything to code and you want to do everything nice, but contractors have a very bad habit of wanting to overfix everything, because they think, well, if my name's going to be on that, it has to be perfect. Well, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be done properly and done well. But if you overfix up, that's one of the fastest way to lose money in buy, fix, sell. But again, being a renovator, I renovated for 20 years. It's wonderful. I see these other buy, fix, sell people out there, and they get stuck at every turn, right? Because if if you don't have somebody there who knows what they're doing, it's very difficult, because every time there's a problem, you have to stop, right? You have to stop and go find someone else. And if you have to interview contractors all the time, and you don't even know what to look for, right? I know all the stuff, the questions to ask these guys, right? How long are things going to take? That's a great little question to ask people. I say that would be the #1 thing I would ask somebody is how long do you think it's going to take, and work your way backwards from the quote. Get a quote from them, what they're going to charge you. You have to learn how to what stuff costs. So if you have a wall that's 20 feet long, you have to know how many 2x4s go on that wall. Well, it's 16-inch centers, it's X amount of 2x4s. Do the math, figure that stuff out, learn contracting, it's actually fairly simple. It's just a system like everything else. Learn what it costs for the materials, learn what it costs for the labor, do your budgets, and you can actually learn how to do quick budgets. You know, you're gonna learn that, okay, to build a wall is $50 per linear foot, or to install laminate floor is X amount per square foot, labor and materials. So that'll be the shortcut way to learn all these things, but you have to learn the price of everything, which is very simple. There's only so many things that can go in a house. Learn the price of everything, learn the cost of the labor to do those things, and you'll very quickly find out if you get, you know, sent a bill from your flooring guy for $5,000 to install, 300 feet of laminate floor, you're going to know that you paid $100 an hour, when it could have been, $40 an hour. So learn all that stuff, and I think that's a real key thing for people to learn. The people out there that don't know contracting, and I think you can learn it fairly fast. You can simply make a phone call to a flooring company and say, hey, what's the typical install price of laminate floor? Hey, what's the typical install price of whatever? And get a list. Even better yet, you could pay somebody a few $1,000s, a coach, right, who's going to have all that information. Now, don't go out and spend $40,000, $50,000 on a coach off the bat, but you could spend a few $1,000s, budget a few $1,000s to give a coach, a reputable coach, research it a little bit, some money, and buy some systems and learn this stuff. It's like anything else. You went to college or university to learn that particular skill. This is no different. It's just a skill that you have to learn. So do a little bit of research and get yourself prepared, and you'd be amazed what would happen. Sell it all. We're done.
Yeah.
I'm done with this shit. So you lend out your $1 million at 10%, you make 100 grand a year not doing anything. That doesn't sound that bad. Well, actually, I was just thinking I could still flip houses. You just take the, so I have $1 million in property that I would sell. Well, I mean, I have $2 million in property, but if I sold the $2 million, you'd end up with $1 million after you pay your taxes and all the other stuff that's involved with that, right? So you end up with a $1 million net. You take your $1 million and you just lend it out at 10% or 15%, right? There's lots of people paying 15%. So you lend it out, so you make $150,000 a year. So now you all of a sudden have no staff, because you don't need any staff to look after anything, because there's nothing to look after.
Yep.
So so you're saving $100,000 a year in staff. So now I'm making $100,000 a year in saving in staff, and I'm not paying, or I'm collecting $150,000 a year from my $1 million. Right? All of a sudden, that doesn't sound so bad. So now I'm just thinking of other ways to make money. I'm writing books, I'm coaching, I'm doing whatever, plus I have all this money coming in. Yeah, if it's just a matter of carpet and paint and staging, and you make a quick 25, 30,000, do 3 or 4 of those a year, that doesn't sound so bad. What I'm going to do is, instead of buying multiple small properties, I'm going to start looking for larger properties or development projects. I mean, the last few years, from going to different events and talking to different people and talking to coaches and talking to different people, for example, Grant Cardone, when he's talking about 10Xing, it takes almost as much work to buy a 4-plex as it does a 20-plex. And the biggest reason why people don't go buy a 20-plex is because they figure that they don't have the money. It's always they don't have the money. In reality, there's endless amounts of money. And if you find a good deal, if you find a good deal and tie it up, and even if you put in a little cushion, a 90-day cushion or a 60-day cushion, guaranteed 100%, if it's a good deal, you're going to have people coming out of the woodwork saying, I want in on that deal. And so there you go. So you might not make, Mark Cuban there said, is it better to have, it's better to have a half a watermelon than a whole grape. That's the analogy for that one. So it's better to have $1 million building that you own 20% of or 25% of or 30% of than having 2 or 3 single-family homes.
Another great video with Dan, am I right? If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you smash that like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to my channel, and definitely check out the other videos YouTube wants you to check out. And until next time, remember, making money is a team sport. There's more than enough money in this world for us to all make it, but if you're not saving it, I mean, like, what's the point, guys? Thanks. Bye!